Hello, hello, everybody. Hopefully we don't have any sound issues today because I'm actually in my own home. So welcome home. I was leaving for Memorial Day weekend. So thanks for coming and joining over Zoom. Please let me know in the chat if you can't hear me for any reason. I'll probably play a little bit of music in the background, but for the most part, I know that you all usually tend to play your own music because the sound quality doesn't come through super well on Zoom. We're gonna get started with our warm up in just a few minutes. I'm sure a couple more people will hop on, but let me know any concerns you have in the chat before we get started. All right, let's get the tunes going. Alrighty, I'm gonna have music at about this volume so that I can also have my timer nearby. Alrighty, sweet. Like I said, let me know if you're not able to hear me over music. We're gonna be doing this completely virtual. Welcome to my home. We're gonna be beginning with our usual 30-second warm-up. So what this means basically is we're doing 30 seconds of each exercise. These are gonna begin with standing exercises and then move down onto the floor or the mat. Welcome to week 9. Let's begin with 30 seconds of marching in place. So we're just doing low impact, bringing those knees up to about hip. Today, I have 3 sets for you. The first 2 are going to be a bit longer, and the third one is our finisher. We're going to begin with a full body core set. So working not only the muscles of the core, but also upper and lower body. Second set for today is focused on compound movement we've been doing throughout the whole quarter. Third set is going to be an isometric burnout. You've done this sort of thing before. It's where we do a little bit of a strength movement and then move into an isometric hold. Let's move into 30 seconds of high knees. So bringing those knees up to your belly button. Keep on going while I fix my mat here. There we go. 10 seconds left here. After this, we're going to be moving into butt kickers. Butt kickers in 3, 2, and 1, making sure that our heels are coming all the way up, tapping that gluteus maximus. Alrighty, and in 3, 2, and 1, switching to jumping jacks here. Bringing those hands all the way up to touch. Starting to get that cardiovascular workout on, making our heart rate rise before we work out muscles specifically. "15 seconds left here. Alrighty, and in 3, 2, and 1, we're gonna come out to that star position. We're gonna bring one hand down to tap the opposite foot and bring the other hand down to reach for that opposite foot. We're starting to warm up those muscles of the core specifically now. Bit of obliques with those twisting rotations down to each side. So reaching for that opposite foot. And in 3, 2, and 1, we're gonna now walk our hands out to a plank. I'm gonna tilt down so you can see a little bit better. We're now gonna walk our hands out to a plank. Check out that good plank position. Make sure that bum is all the way down and walk those hands way back up. Here for the next 15 seconds. Alrighty, and in 3, 2, and 1, holding to that plank position, we're gonna shift our heels back into a downward dog, then reach for each foot the same way as we were before, but now in this down dog position. Still warming up that core specifically, but since we're going to be starting with upper and lower body, still trying to involve those. Alrighty, for our last exercise of the warm-up, It's an intensive one. Plant those hands on the ground, get into that plank position, jump your feet into your chest, then jump your feet back out. 30 seconds of this, whatever speed works for you. Keep pushing through. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, that's our warm-up portion for today. Like I said, we're gonna be beginning with that full body set. Y'all are gonna love this one. We are starting with a 40-20 interval, meaning 40 seconds of work, 30 seconds of rest, 40-30, being a little kinder for this one. We're gonna start with some intense cardiovascular exercises to keep that blood pumping. I'll give modifications for each of these if today is just not your day to push it all the way. But first, to show the more advanced technique, the first exercise in this set is going to be a burpee, but a mountain climber instead of that push-up. So we are focusing on core. So what this looks like is standing up. If you want to do a jump squat or just a regular squat to make this easier, you're gonna do whichever modification works for you. We're gonna come down to that squat. We're gonna walk our hands out into a plank. Then instead of doing that traditional push-up, we're gonna do one mountain climber, oblique to each side. So bringing your knee up to the same elbow. And then you're gonna jump those feet in, come up for that squat. And then jumping that feet back or walking, coming down for those obliques. Alrighty, we're gonna be doing this for 40 seconds at your own pace. It's gonna begin in about 5 to 10 seconds. I'll check chat, see if we have any questions or concerns. Alrighty, looks like we're good. Let's plan to jump into 40 seconds of this one, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Coming down for that squat. Crunch on each side and come back up. Ten seconds left here. Push through. How many more can you get in? For 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, next one is gonna be up on our feet. So join me in that standing position. We have that 30-second break here, but I'm gonna take that time to demonstrate. We're gonna begin in the lunge position with both of our knees at 90-degree angles. This is our start position. We'll lift one knee up and twist toward that knee, setting it back down in quick succession. So what this looks like is coming up and twisting towards that leg. We're gonna do 20 seconds on one leg, so that's half our interval. Then I'll switch you over to the other one. Let's get ready to jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Twisting over to one side, working those oblique muscles, setting the back foot down gently. Switching in 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other side here. Twisting in that opposite direction now. Pushing through for 3, 2, and that's 1 30-second break here. Next one's gonna be back down on the mat. You all know that I like to keep you moving. We're gonna be doing plank up downs. Many of you are familiar with this one by now. We start in that elevated plank position, come down onto the forearms in a slow and controlled movement, and then come back up. I will let you know when we are halfway through this interval so that you can switch the arm that you're coming up on. Let's jump into this one together in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right, switch that arm in 3, 2, and 1, halfway through. Make sure that you're keeping that belly button pulled into spine, keeping those hips nice and low. You want a straight line from your shoulder all the way to your heels. Alrighty, that's for 3, 2, and 1. Take that 30-second break here. Next one that we're gonna have is going to be squats to jump twists. So for this one, again, focusing more on lower body with that oblique add-on, we're gonna be beginning with our feet about hip width apart, coming down for a squat. While trying to keep the upper body stable, coming down, twisting to the other side. So in quick succession, this looks like twist and twist for that 40 seconds, maintaining that high heart rate. Let's jump into this one together in 5 seconds. So join me on your feet. And here we go, 40 seconds on the clock. Halfway through, pick a pace that you can maintain. For 3, 2, and 1. Shake it all out, take those 30 seconds. Last exercise in this set is going to be back down on the mat. This is one that we've done together before. It's going to be 6 mountain climbers in an elevated plank formation. These ones are going to be to the center, so we're working that rectus abdominis, and then we're going to complete 1 push-up or 1 modified push-up with your knees down on the ground. So what this looks like is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 complete push-up, or bringing those knees down for a modified push-up. If so, bringing those feet back down for the next round of mountain climbers. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. 40 seconds here. Halfway through, keep pushing. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Pat yourself in the back. That was your round of full body core. We're gonna do that set of exercises one more time, and then we are going to take a nice long break. You have about 30 seconds here to recover. Grab that water if you need it. We're gonna move back into those burpees with mountain climbers. Welcome to week 9. Would love to hear in the chat, as always, whether you love these exercises, whether you hate these ones. Helps me write better class plans in the future, especially as I'm going to be teaching during summer. So I have a whole other quarter to improve these classes. All right, we have about 10 seconds left on our break. Let's get ready to move into those burpees with oblique mountain climbers instead of that push-up. Join me on your feet. We're gonna begin with that squat portion again in 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, jumping those feet out. 1 oblique mountain climber on each side, and coming back up. Keep on pushing with those. I'm just making sure we're all good in chat. All righty. Ten seconds left here. How many more can you get in? For 3, 2, and 1. Taking that 30 seconds of break. You're next going to be moving into lunge ups and twists. I recommend you start on whichever side you didn't start on last time. Mix it up a little bit with that variability. Got about 10 seconds left here. Alrighty, let's get up onto our feet. Bring it down to those 90 degrees on each leg. And in 3, 2, and 1, lifting that leg and twisting towards that side. And in 3, 2, and 1, let's switch legs here. Halfway through. Pushing for 3, 2, and 1. Taking that 30 seconds to recover. Next one is going to be plank up, down. So meet me down on that mat. Whew. All right, we got about 15 seconds left. Get ready for those plank up downs. Remember to switch halfway through so we're not putting too much weight on one arm or the other. Let's come up into that plank position. And in 3, 2, and 1, bringing it down to the forearms and back up. Making sure to pull that belly button into spine this whole time. And in 3, 2, and 1, switch the arm you're coming down on. Ten seconds left here. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, second to last one in this set, we're gonna be doing those squats to jump twists. This is high cardio exercise. Make sure you're hydrating throughout. Alrighty, about 5 seconds left here. Let's come on up. And in 3, 2, and 1, coming down, twisting that lower body, trying to keep your shoulders facing the front of the room for that maximum oblique twist. Whoop, keep on pushing it. There we go. Nice and slow on the way down. You have 10 seconds left. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Take that 30-second break. Last one in this set that we have is back down on that mat. We're gonna be doing those 6 mountain climbers to a push-up. Then we move on to our next set of exercises. I know this full body one was a little longer than normal, but I also know that we're looking to get a full comprehensive workout, as the core is the foundation for all other exercises. All right, we got about 10 seconds left. Get ready for those 6 mountain climbers to a push-up, and then you get a full 1 minute of break. Let's come up in 3, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the middle, and that push-up or modified push-up. Halfway through. For 3, 2, and that's 1. Woo! Pat yourself in the back. We're taking that nice long 1 minute break here. Alrighty. As going to be all compound exercises, all ones that we've done before. For those of you that might be joining us for the first time this week, compound exercises basically mean that we're doing a series of ab exercises in sequence. So what that means is we are doing one fluid range of movement through several abdominal muscle groups. That way we can get a bigger burn, work out even more muscle groups with one motion, meaning that we're able to fit more into a smaller amount of time. Alrighty, about 15 seconds left on this break. The first exercise in our compound set is going to be a rainbow to a plank up down. I know y'all are familiar with these because we just practiced them. For this rainbow, I recommend starting on your forearms. We're gonna gently dip our hips to each side. We're gonna do 3 of these and then come up and back down, back into those rainbows. This is our first compound movement. We're gonna be doing this for the same 40 seconds of work, but I'm cutting down that rest interval to 20 seconds. We're pushing ourselves harder as the class goes on. Let's get ready to jump into this one together in about 5 seconds. So meet me in that plank position. And in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Dipping 3 times. And coming up and back down. Fifteen seconds left here. for that 20-second break. Next one is going to be over on our back. We're going to be doing a flutter kick to a reverse crunch. So what this means is we're gently fluttering our feet down, making sure up flat on the mat no matter what. Then we're going to bend those feet at the bottom, gently lift our bum off the ground, stick those feet straight back up in the air, and flutter on the way down. The reason that we're bending our knees is so that we don't build up too much momentum, don't risk hurting our back or neck when we come back to that reverse crunch. Let's get ready to move into our 40 seconds of this one in 3, 2, and 1. Fluttering down, and lift that bum off the ground. Push through for 3, 2, and 1. 20-second break here. Next one is going to be a plank jump to a squat. So basically what this means is we are coming down into that squat position. Let's place our hands down, jump those feet back in, and come back into a squat. We don't even raise out of the squat. This is basically a practice move for those burpees so that we can make sure to isolate each part of the movement, get better at it over time. We're going to begin those 40 seconds. Again, that's just a squat, jumping our feet out and rocking back up into that squat. 40 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Keeping the shoulders rolled back, that chest lifted, pulling that belly button into spine the entire time. Seconds left here. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Taking that 20 seconds of rest. Next one here is going to be a jackknife to a leg lift. So for those of you that don't remember jackknives, basically we point our fingers towards our bum, placing them on the mat, point those toes nice and far out, and then crunch everything in. For this added leg lift, you're going to come down onto your elbows, stretch those legs out, and come up into a leg lift. For that compound movement, this looks like coming out and up, in, and up. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. 40 seconds on the clock here. Ten seconds left here. That's for 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds of rest. Next one here is going to be on our back. I know everyone loves dead bugs, so we're going to be doing an incorporated movement with those. We're going to have our feet straight up, pointing into the air. Flex those toes. Reach up towards the ceiling in front of you, and then bring that opposite arm and leg down for a dead bug. Or alternatively, you can bring both arms and legs down for a little extra effort. So we're reaching and then bringing it down. 40 seconds of this in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Reach and coming down with one side, then the other. Five seconds left here. How many more can you get in? And time. 20-second rest. Second last one in the set, we're going to be doing inchworm to a plank jack. So you all are familiar with inchworms. We're going to be standing up here, walking our hands out to that plank, and then we're going to bring our feet out, bring those feet back in for a plank jack. To show you from the side, that plank jack looks like feet in and feet out. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. So beginning with that standing, hand jump feet in and out, walking it back up. Ten seconds left here. Pushing for 3, 2, and 1. Last one in this set is going to be down on our mat. We're going to be doing a bridge to penguins, targeting that quadratus lumborum, those muscles that sit right in between your rib cage and those shoulders. So we're going to begin by pressing our hands into the mat, lifting those hips, tightening those glutes. Then we come back down and tap each heel. Let's bring our feet together before tapping each heel, so we have to reach a little further. So narrow glute bridge, then coming down for those penguin taps. Beginning in 3, 2, and 1 seconds here. Last one in this set. Fifteen seconds left here. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming down for that 20-second break. Actually, sorry, end of the set, so we're taking now a 30-second break, a little longer. Might extend it a bit because we're about halfway through class, and you know that's when I usually like to ask how you're doing on a scale of 1 to 10. So you can private message me, you can put it in the chat, but I just love to hear how challenging these exercises have been so far. 1 being, Lexi, this is a workout class and I'm not even breaking a sweat. 10 being, I'm exhausted. I need some ways to take it back a notch so that I can sustain myself for the next 20 minutes. Please let me know in the chat. I will check up on it while we're doing the next set so that I know how difficult to make this next set and also the final set we have for today. Always very helpful for me. Alrighty, we have about 10 seconds left. We're gonna begin with those rainbows to plank up downs. We're only doing this set twice. So if you hated these exercises, then this is the last time you'll have to do them today. Let's get ready to begin those rainbows to plank up downs in 3, 2, and 1. So 3 rainbows on each side and up down with that plank. Let's switch arms here in 3, 2, and 1. Switch the arm you're coming up on. Alrighty, pushing through for 3, 2, and 1. Taking that 20-second break. Next one here is going to be flutter kicks to those reverse crunches. I want to emphasize, please remember to keep your back flat on the mat, pulling that belly button into spine, only flutter down as far as you can keep your back flat. Beginning here in 3, 2, and 1. So we'll flutter those legs down, bend those knees, and use the core to lift that bum off the ground. Ten seconds left here. How many more can you get it? That's for 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds. Next one here is going to be that plank jump to squat. Remember that the purpose of coming up into that squat is so that we can practice moving between positions while keeping that core engaged. So I want to see your core stay, belly button, spine, core stay nice and tight between that transition. Beginning in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Leaning forward, jumping back into a plank, and jumping back forward into that squat. Making this one a little harder, you can go a little faster, still making sure to keep those shoulders lifted. To make it easier, take down the pace. 10 seconds left. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, next one is going to be that jackknife to leg lifts halfway through. For those jackknives, remembering that we're coming up and down off our elbows. So we come up into our hands for that jackknife, lean back for that leg lift, back up onto our hand for that jackknife. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Jackknife here, and that leg lift. 10 seconds left here. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Taking that 20 seconds. Next one here is going to be those toes to dead bugs. Reminder that if you need to make this one more challenging, you can bring all your limbs down at once. To make it a little easier, bring just 2 or just 1 limb down at a time. Let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Reach, and that dead bug, keeping that back flat on the mat. Halfway through here. Pushing through for 3, 2, and 1. All right, next one here is going to be that inchworm plank jack. While we're doing those plank jacks, remembering that your hips should be down. There should be one straight line from your shoulder all the way to your heels. All righty, we're going to begin in that standing position for inchworm, and in 3, 2, and 1, walk those hands out to a plank. Start with that plank jack, coming all the way back up this time. To make this one more challenging, you can come down to that squat, jump your feet out behind you, jump for that plank jack, and jump those feet back in. To make it a little bit easier, walk your hands out when you come for that inchworm. We got 10 seconds left here. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty. Last one in this set is going to be that bridge to penguins. Remembering before we do anything to bring those heels together, we're going to be doing those narrow bridges so that we can then come up and easily do 6 penguins. Bringing up those hips in 3, 2, and 1. Lift and squeeze those glutes at the top. 6 penguins, keeping our face looking straight at the ceiling on top of us. Halfway through here. Pushing for 3, 2, and 1. Woo! And now we get that nice. I'll talk a little bit about the last set that I have for you today, and then we're going to move into our cool down. Alrighty. Sweet. All right. Final set I have for you today is an isometric finisher. So you've done this sort of workout before. Each exercise is going to take 1 minute total. We're going to get 30 seconds of doing the motion the same way we have been this whole time. From there, we'll move into holding a position, so that isometric workout. Isometric meaning that you're just tensing a muscle without actually lengthening or shortening it. 15 seconds of that, and we get 15 seconds of rest. So 30 seconds of movement, 30 seconds of holding, 15 seconds of rest. First one in this set is going to be V-sits to a V-sit hold. So for these, you're going to be down on the mat, arms next to you. You're going to come up, bring those legs and that chest up to a V. Try to keep those legs straight, but if you need to modify it, you can make those shins parallel to the ground rather than legs straight up. Then we're gonna come back down and do it all over again. This is our movement portion. For that hold, you're simply gonna try to balance with your legs either straight or parallel to the floor, pulling that belly button in, keeping those shoulders rolled nice and far back. 15 seconds of that, and then 15 seconds of rest before we move into the next one. We got 10 minutes left in class. I hope you are ready to burn it with this finisher set. Let's jump into it together in about 10 seconds. So if you're not already, meet me down on your mat, sitting on your bum. Let's just rest our feet on the ground. And in 3, 2, and 1, 30 seconds of V-sits. 10 seconds here. Remember that you can come to that modified form with legs parallel to the floor at any time. And in 3, 2, and 1, come up into that V-sit position. Roll those shoulders back. We're holding for 15 seconds here. Lift those legs if they're getting shaky. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Take our rest. Next one is going to be leg lift to holding our legs at a 45-degree angle. This one, we simply bring our legs down, keeping that back side on the mat. 15 seconds here, and then we'll simply be holding at an angle that is challenging for you. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds of leg lifts here. Slow and controlled movements are going to be key here, pulling that belly button into spine. For 3, 2, and 1, hold those legs at a 45-degree angle or whatever is challenging for you. Then your back is going to want to come off the floor. I want you to pull it in, make sure it's flat. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Here's that rest. Next one here is going to be a side plank. So we're going to be on our side. For that movement portion, we're reaching through, bringing that arm back up, testing our balance as well as our strength, then simply holding for the isometric portion. Beginning in 3, 2, and 1, beginning with those reach throughs on the first side. Alrighty, we're switching to that hold in 3, 2, and 1. Make sure to keep a slight bend in that bow. Don't want to lock out any joints here. If you need to make this easier, you can come down onto one knee. 5 seconds left here. Make sure to still lift those hips for 3, 2, and 1. Next one, as I'm sure you all guessed it, is just going to be on the other side. So we're now switching sides, going to be doing those reach throughs for the first 30 seconds on the opposite side. Let's come on up here in 3, 2, and 1. Reaching through, pulling belly button into spine this whole time. Halfway through here, making sure that your shoulder is centered over that wrist. Now in 3, 2, and 1, we're simply holding. You can either stagger your feet like I have them or stack them if you have better balance than me. Bring down that one knee if you need it, still pulling that belly button in, still trying to rotate those hips towards the back of the room. For 3, 2, and 1. Coming on down. Next exercise in this set is going to be reaching for the ceiling. So we're gonna have those feet up in the air one more time. Let's do a reach for those 30 seconds. And then for that hold, we're just gonna hold in the up position. Let's get ready to jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. So reaching for this 30-second interval. Alrighty, getting ready to hold in 3, 2, and 1. Reaching up, holding in that up position. Lift those shoulders away from the mat every time you're tired. For 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, we're gonna take a slightly longer break here. We're gonna do that set one more time, and then you are done for the day. Grab a drink of water, grab anything you need to help you get through it one more time. We're going to start with those V-sits one more time, or we're going to start with those V-sits for the last time in about 15 seconds here. So meet me on your mat, gently resting those heels on the floor. Alrighty, let's jump into this one in 3, 2, and 1. Coming up for those V-sits, keeping those legs nice and long for extra challenge, bringing those shins parallel to the floor for a little bit less challenge. Regardless, making sure that you're able to maintain throughout the interval that you're doing slow and controlled motions. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Holding that V-sit position, 15 seconds here. Rolling those shoulders down and back. I want you to lift your chest every time you start to feel tired. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Next one is going to be that leg lift to leg lift hold. Remember, you can come down as far as you like as long as your back is still flat on that mat. Let's begin this one in 3, 2, and 1. Bring those legs down as far as works for you. And coming back up. If you need to make this one easier, also do not put your hands under your bum, as that's going to shift the weight to our hip flexors. Rather, just bring your legs down a little bit less far. All right, let's hold in 3, 2, and 1. If you're feeling it, bring those legs a little higher to the ceiling. If you need to take it easier, if you want to take it harder, bring those legs down further. Keep that back pressed flat on the mat. For 3, 2, and 1. Whew, taking that rest. Next one is going to be those side planks. Alrighty, let's come on up onto that first side in 3, 2, and 1. Reaching through. Alrighty, we're going to be switching to that hold in 3, 2, and 1. 15 seconds here. Making sure to keep a slight bend in that lower elbow, really forcing ourselves to work those arm muscles as well as the core for 3, 2, and 1. Coming on down. Taking that 15-second break, we're going to switch over to the other side here. All right, let's lift up in 3, 2, and 1. Beginning those reach through, side 2. Pushing through here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold that plank position. 15 seconds left here. for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. Last exercise we have for today are those reaches. So let's bring those feet into the air. Gonna be beginning in about 10 seconds here. Alrighty, in 3, 2, and 1, 30 seconds of reaching on the clock. That's for 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold that up position. 15 seconds of work left here. Holding through, reaching here. For 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Change the music. I don't know if any of you are able to hear it. Sorry, it's difficult to tell the sound quality over Zoom, but pat yourselves in the back regardless. You got through Core Blast week 9. We're gonna move into our cool down section now. So to begin, let's just jump into a tabletop position. We're gonna have hands and knees on the floor. We're gonna begin by tilting the chin up towards the ceiling. I'll move to the side a little bit. Tilting the chin up towards the ceiling, arching that lower back towards the ground. Then pulling that chin in, arching that back towards the ceiling. You're gonna take a couple rounds of this at whatever pace works for you. And we're just gonna gently bring it back into child's pose here. Stretch your fingers out in front of you. Try to feel the stretch in the sides of your shoulders. We did a lot of focus on full body today, as well as just core specifically. I know that's a little out of range for this class, but I always like to try new things, experiment with different circuits. So please, at the very end of class, in the chat, or over Zoom if you'd like to, let me know whether you liked it or not, whether there's anything you'd like to see in next week's class, the last class of the quarter. Other than that, that is all I have for you today. Have a lovely Friday. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend, and I hope to see you all in future classes. Bye. Welcome, Flora. Bye, Donna. Bye, Karen. Good to see you as always.